Hi, I'm with Jackson Horne from Nordson. He's a powder application specialist. And first, Jackson, tell us a bit about Nordson, all that you all offer in the finishing industry, and then a little bit about what you specifically do, your responsibilities.
I work for Nordson Corporation, Industrial Coatings Division. For the finishing side, we've got UV, wet spray or liquid coatings, powder coating. Outside of that, we do have a hot melt division, adhesives. My role particularly, I'm based out of Georgia. I'm a powder application specialist, so what I would do is go into existing customers, check on their equipment, how their line's running, suggest any improvements, let them know, how their inventory is looking for parts, what I can do to actually help maximize their line efficiency.
You all have just come out with this a preventive maintenance plan, which is very important for any shop. Sometimes they don't pay much attention to that, but tell us about what you all are doing to help finishers.
Yeah, so this year we released True Blue, and that's a preventative maintenance service plan to maximize your line efficiency, help out with any of your finishing needs. And basically what that is, that's a quarterly contracted visit where we come in, we check your equipment, see how things are running, give suggestions, and just follow through and stay on top of your line just to maximize your total efficiency.
I've heard the word from some shops, they'll talk about drift, where equipment will drift because people are finagling it every day and things.
Right.
Is that what basically you're trying to do?
Right, so you see a lot of things that compound. Take True Blue, for example. The purpose of that is we'll actually come in, we'll do a health assessment. What that health assessment entails is checking your gun settings, your positions, what kind of shape the equipment's actually in. And at the end of that, we're going to basically give an overall diagnostics report. And what that's going to tell us is, hey, here's where we need to focus on items. For example, you might have light spray on your parts. And what happens there, the operators may go in and crank up the gun settings. And that might happen on a Monday. And then on Friday, we have light spray again, so we crank up the gun settings again without actually checking, hey, how far are we from gun to part distance? What are our wear items? How is the system actually running? So next thing you know, we've done 5 or 6 different subtle things that drift us away, and they start compounding. Once they compound, those little subtle changes become one big issue, and when it could have been a simple change like swapping out a venturi throat or something small on the preventative maintenance side. Right. At Nordson, we'll do a voice of customers, VOCs, and we'll periodically go through those and just ask the customers what they're looking for, what their needs are. And what we found is that a lot of customers are going away from primary maintenance and they're using a secondary option, or they're requesting their operators or their line leads to do the maintenance. And in some cases there's turnover, there's just small things that happen. So some of that knowledge is lost in between the mix. So what True Blue actually does, it keeps somebody on site at a quarterly time frame, and they're going over those maintenance items.
So as we go into 2020, like I said, Nordson is always one of the technology leaders, bringing out new products. What are some of the newer products, innovations you are bringing out?
So this year we're releasing Engage. So we've got Engage is an automatic controller, new gun style controls, easier configuration, different functionality, allow you to create recipes, copy recipes, just set your overall automatic configuration up a lot quicker, and it's easier for the user. So what we're looking at again is back to the voice of customers. What we found out was, hey, there might be turnover here, or we had one guy that knew everything, he's out today, and getting into some of the configurations or learning how to do the maintenance, it was challenging for some folks. So just making things a little bit easier, a little bit more congruent across our platforms. What you've seen with us in the past few years is switching everything to Encore. So we've got one platform for handguns, automatic guns. That way you have one set of spare parts. You're not housing different types of spare parts for different platforms of equipment. So we're listening to the customers, we're finding out, hey, here's our request, this is what we want, and we're trying to fulfill those needs.
Readers and viewers want to know more information about those products that you're talking about. It's Nordson.com?
Nordson.com, there'll be a True Blue link along with an Engage link to check out the product lines.
You can also check out pfonline.com. We've written extensively about Nordson products and done great case studies and about all the really details of how you all have helped finishers with that. So thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. No problem.